Our lakes seem peaceful, but a silent invader is waging a devastating war beneath the surface. This plant, Hydrilla, is linked to a fatal neurological disease that is killing American bald eagles. Its survival strategy is almost unbelievable. It can hide dormant in the mud for nearly a decade, and it thrives where native plants cannot, growing in near-total darkness at the bottom of deep lakes. To fight it, we must understand its biology, its damage, and why our response must be driven by science. It's not just resilient, it's explosively fast. Hydrilla can grow up to an inch every single day. It reproduces constantly, not with seeds, but with fragments, buds, and those deep underground tubers. This speed lets it form impenetrable mats, filling the water column and blocking all sunlight from below. So it creates a green blanket on our water. But what does that actually mean for the ecosystem underneath? Why does it always win? Hydrilla has a biological cheat code. It thrives on just 1% of sunlight. This allows it to form a dense canopy deep underwater, starving native plants of light before they can grow. It has another trick. It can use bicarbonate as a carbon source, giving it a nearly endless food supply. These adaptations don't just help it survive. They allow it to re-engineer the entire environment for itself. But its most dangerous impact isn't just physical. How does a plant that makes oxygen by day become a silent killer at night? At night, that huge plant mass stops producing oxygen and starts consuming it, suffocating fish in the water. This aquatic takeover has a huge economic cost. Hydrilla mats can reduce water flow by over 85%. Recreation grinds to a halt. Boating and fishing become impossible, hurting local economies and property values. So we have an ecological disaster that costs us millions. Why don't we just get rid of it? It's not that simple. Here's a surprising fact. A small amount of hydrilla can actually provide good cover for predator fish like bass. But that benefit is temporary. As it takes over, the food web collapses, leaving only small, stunted fish. What about just cutting it all down? This is often the worst thing to do. Each fragment starts a new colony. If it overwhelms fish, and cutting it makes it worse, how do you fight an enemy that thrives on simple attacks? The answer is in its biology. Recall those tubers that stay dormant for a decade? Surface attacks won't touch that hidden army. This is why a science-based integrated management approach is required. It's not one magic bullet, but many smart strategies. This means targeted herbicides that spare native plants, biological controls like sterile grass carp, and careful mechanical removal. This smart approach isn't just ecologically sound, it's economically smart. One study showed a return of nearly 4-to-1 on investment. The managers have a plan, but what is the single most effective strategy of all, and how can we all play a part? The cheapest, most powerful way to fight hydrilla is to prevent it from spreading in the first place. This is where everyone can help. Following clean, drain, dry protocols for boats and gear is paramount to protecting our waters. Hydrilla is a complex problem with devastating impacts, showing that simplistic solutions fail against complex biology. Understanding its unique biology is the first step. Only then can we deploy effective, long-term management strategies. Centralizing this scientific knowledge is vital for everyone, from policymakers to property owners, to make informed choices. To protect your local waterway, get informed. Look for credible scientific sources to learn about identification and management. And always, every time you leave a body of water, clean, drain, and dry your equipment. You could be saving an ecosystem. The fight against invasive species is a fight for our planet's health. It begins with knowledge and a shared commitment.